It looks like I am live. This is Tammy Morrison, and I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you for joining me, whoever is joining me. So, if you're joining me on TikTok, welcome, welcome. If you're joining me on Facebook, welcome. And if you're joining me on YouTube, welcome. And if you're joining me on YouTube, just take a minute and smash that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell so that you get notified when I come on to do amazing content like this. So today I am talking about what are you ready to release? Because it's a new month. It is the month of February now, and I'm so grateful and excited that I made it through January. For me, y'all, I was sick dog in January, and it was really a rough time for me. Let me tell you. Um, Lord, you get so sick you're not sure if you're gonna make it. Well, that's kind of how I felt. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep trying, keep moving forward. All of those things. So, I wanted to share this today because I noticed that a lot of people are dealing with a lot of heavy issues, and there's so many heavy issues out here in the world that um, it's easy to get caught up in all the drama and all the craziness and all the stuff that's going on. The school shootings, the killing of all the brothers and sisters and other people by the police. I mean, you could get caught up in all of that. People are jumping to their deaths. I saw an article about a young man. He was under 50 that jumped to his death in New York. He was a financial person, and he was getting ready to get divorced, or his wife is serving him with divorce papers, and he jumped to his death. And so, why is that? Why is that? I mean, you are under so much pressure that you don't even realize that that is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You can almost fix anything. If you can't fix it, you can walk away from it. You can start over. There are so many different ways to go about that besides, taking your life, which really is not even yours. Let's say that. But what I want to talk about today is, what are you willing to release? What are you willing to release? What is it time for you to release? Um, I had a session today with a young lady, and we dealt with fear because fear was at the root of some of the stuff that she was going through. And so I decided that I needed to share that for the rest of the people out here in the world because um, many times we just keep going around and around this merry-go-round. It's like a merry-go-round, really. We just keep going around and around and around. You might change horses. You might go and get on the blue horse instead of being on the yellow horse or the red horse. But still it's the same damn shit, round and round and round. It's almost like when you are in relationships, and many people fall into this pattern and don't see that it is a pattern. But you're in a relationship and you are with a person, of whatever sex you need. I don't go there, but whatever the person is that you're with, and you start having issues with the person, maybe they're unfaithful, or maybe they just are unavailable, because there are many people that are emotionally unavailable. And a lot of times it's not their fault, but it's how they were raised, it's what they know. And so they live in this place where they're emotionally unavailable. And so those people don't make it in good relationships until they learn how to shift that, learn how to change that, because you can't be involved with another person and be unemotionally available. So that is something that you can actually change and you can shift, but it possibly could take time, and there are times when it's hard for us to do it for ourselves, especially if you're a healer, because what I'm learning is that healers need healers. If you're a healer, you need somebody to help you, need somebody to shine the light for you, because what I do as a healer is I shine the light for you. I open up the door for you. I allow you to discover, as I hold space, who you are and what it is that you desire, what you want, and how you need to shift in your life in order to get it. And so that is one of the things that I'm super grateful to just be able to share that I do. So I have a new program. As a matter of fact, it is a 4-week program, and it's called Journey to Radical Acceptance. And I'm taking people for that now. It's in the beta because it's the first time that I'm running this program, but it is so fire, and I'm loving it so much. The young ladies that I've been working with in this program are amazing. And the thing about this program, it is 4 one-to-one sessions, so it's not a group program. Let me get that straight, because so many people are doing group programs, and I like group programs sometimes, but there are times when I feel it's necessary to have a one-to-one connection, and to be able to deal with one person at a time and one person's issues, and help one person along the journey, as I go. Because as a spiritual teacher and mentor, an intuitive healer, I'm able to get in there and help you to shift some of those vibrations and transmute some of the densities that are in our cells, because we are human beings having a spiritual experience. And so there are times when there is trauma that's trapped in our nervous system. Sometimes it's trauma that's trapped in our cells, trapped in our DNA. And so a part of what I do in this program, and this is one of the things that is a signature for me, because I've done quite a few of them, and I love doing DNA activations. Now, people think it's not a whole process and that you can get activated on YouTube, and you can. There are people that do that. However, this process that I do is so intense and is so amazing, and the shifts are so relevant to you. So it's a personal service that I do, where I take you before my guides and your guides, and identify some guides for you, and identify your sacred archetype, like who you are, who you identify as. If you are a high priestess, if you are a warrioress, if you're a shadow priestess, all these different things that can be within you. And what it does is it helps you to feel lighter. You begin to feel better. You begin to sense that everything is going to always work out for you. Because when you get to that place and you start feeling into that, and you feel that, because y'all know that Neville Goddard said the feeling is a secret. Not only Neville Goddard, Florence Scovel Shinn talked about that. Reverend Ike talked about that. So many different spiritual teachers. Joseph Murphy was another one, I believe, that he talked about that as well. Basically, different words, of course, but the same thing. So the feeling is a secret. So when you begin to feel this thing, then you begin to see the manifestations come in the physical, and the thing is you're going to feel it before you see it. So that is what is so amazing about this time. So what are things that you need to release in your life? I would love it if you would share in the comments, some things that you would like to release in your life, some things that you feel that it's time for it to go. And so one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to do a process to help you to release fear. I'm going to do a process to release overwhelming feelings, because that is a whole nother ball game. We're going to do a process to release frustration and irritation. We're going to do a process to release sadness and grief. So if you would join me in these processes, if you are not working or operating heavy machinery or anything like that, that where you have to, be focused and concentrated, but you can actually bring your focus with me, and you can join me in this spiritual space and allow me to help you to release fear. So I'm going to guide you through this process to release fear. So right now, if you have space and time in your day, and you can do this. If not, if you're watching on TikTok, you can go back and watch the replay on YouTube or Facebook on my channel. If you're watching on TikTok, you can hit the link in the bio. It's my YouTube channel. So you'll see that in the lives. I think you have to hit live now, but it'll be under lives because I'm live on YouTube. So you can go back and do this if you're not able to do it at this time. So let me send this to some people. Okay. All right. So I'm sending it out to a few folks. All right. So join me in this process. I want you to get in a comfortable position, whether that's lying, sitting, it doesn't really matter. That's not important. The important thing is that you're comfortable so that you can feel the vibrations of this healing, and you can feel this healing. So right now, I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and blow it out hard through your mouth. And take another deep breath. And I want you to go all the way into your stomach, like take it all the way, so that your stomach balloons out, and then blow it out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then take one more deep breath for me. And then I want you to place your hands on the part of your body where you feel fear the most intensely. So for me, typically I feel it in my stomach and sometimes in my heart area. Other people can feel it in their head. You can feel it in your feet. There are all kinds of places you can feel it. So wherever it is that you can feel it, and if it's your feet and you can't reach it, you can always send the energy down to your feet. So I want you to place your hands on the part of your body where you feel the fear most intensely. And then I want you to breathe into that area. So if you put it on your heart, I want you to take a deep breath and breathe into your heart. Then I want you to release it. And breathe into it for a few moments while allowing any emotions to rise to the surface with little resistance. So don't resist, just allow. And then relax your hands. And then say, Divine Healing Intelligence, using the orange red flame of purification, please dissolve all fear, anxiety, worry, and powerlessness. Help me release feelings of helplessness, hopelessness, betrayal, and trauma. Help me to find a blessing in every challenging situation and to focus on the best possible outcome. Thank you. Repeat the word clear several times until you feel lighter. So clear, clear, clear. Then I want you to observe the orange red flame moving through your body, mind, emotions, and energy. At this time, generally people feel that shift and begin to dissolve all negative thoughts, words, feelings, memories, and images of fear, anxiety, worry, and powerlessness. And then I'm going to say, because I want you to say, I know what it feels like to feel. I know what it feels like to feel love. I know what it feels like to feel trust. I know what it feels like to not be afraid. I know what it feels like. Then I want you to take a deep breath. And blow it out slowly. And then I want to do a process to help you from feeling overwhelmed. So continue to keep your eyes closed and then take a few deep breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Now, at this time, so many people are feeling overwhelmed, especially in this modern age, because there's so much information and you could have information and choice overload. So you're going through all kinds of things, and it's like, you know, and I feel sometimes it's like this with social media. It's like, you got a challenge here and somebody else wants to give you a challenge, and somebody's inviting you to a group, and it's just all this stuff going on. And sometimes it's so busy that I shut down. I shut it down. I just have to turn it off. I'm not, joining any more groups unless I feel called to, or if it's something that I can contribute or something I can learn. And so this is something that I have learned as well with the social media aspect of it. And there are times when I don't even get on it, like I'm on it now because I'm doing this live for you. But there's a process to release overwhelming feelings that we're going to do right now, because the load of responsibility that many people carry is increasingly bigger and heavier, and there's always too much to do and not enough time to or resources to do it. The pressure of trying to do too much can become overwhelming and lead to stress, fatigue, and exhaustion. Physically feeling overwhelmed contributes too. And these are things that happen in the overwhelm. It contributes to back pain, breast issues, headaches, shoulder and ankle problems, Alzheimer's disease, blackouts, colds, deafness, glaucoma, nervous breakdown, prostate cancer, seizures, senility, stroke, and ulcers. And these are just some of the things that can be plaguing us when we are in overwhelm. And typically, this is even burnout on our jobs. If you are burned out in your career or on your job, this can affect you and cause overwhelm and cause you to feel these overwhelmed feelings. And also, what happens many times in overwhelm is you just get stuck. You just stop. You just shut down. Just like I talked about, how I feel about social media and how I have to shut it down at times now because it causes too much overwhelm. You have all the stuff going on about everything, the Tyre Nichols thing is all over everywhere now. And yes, that needs to be talked about, but I can't do it very much because I'm empathic. And every time I look at that stuff, I feel that boy's mama's pain. I feel it because I understand I have sons around that age. And so I know how that feels, how that could feel. And so I feel her pain. And so I can't do that very much. I've seen, one or two of the videos, and I'm not watching any more of them, but I continue to pray for her and for her family. And that, I think, is what we need to do. So the process to release overwhelming feelings: place your hands on the part of the body where you feel most intensely overwhelmed. So like I said, typically, usually it's our heart that we feel the overwhelm. Sometimes in our solar plexus, in our stomach area, we feel that because that is our power center. And so we are feeling that we are powerless when we're in overwhelm. And so that makes sense. So breathe into that area for a few moments while allowing your emotions, any emotions, to rise to the surface with little resistance. So don't resist. If you start feeling them rise up and you need to cry, you need to, have tears, you need to breathe into it and feel it. And then as you're feeling on that area, relax your hands and then say, divine healing intelligence, using the orange red flame of light, please sweep through my entire system, clearing all stress, fatigue, and overwhelming feelings. Please help me to let go of the heavy burdens I carry and allow me to see a lighter, more balanced side of life. Help me turn chaos into order, uncertainty into self-belief, and confusion into clarity. Allow me to find equilibrium in my life so that I can embrace and enjoy each step of my life's journey. Thank you. Repeat the word clear several times until you feel lighter. Observe the orange red light moving through your body, mind, emotions, and energy field, and begin to clear and dissolve all negative thoughts, words, overwhelming feelings, memories, and images of confusion and chaos. Creator of all there is, I'm downloading the feeling of I know how to feel clear. I know how to feel clarity. I know how to have clarity in my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Shifting some energy right now in that area. Shifting energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Repeat the word clear until you feel lighter. Clear, clear. Observe the orange red light moving through your body, mind, emotions, and energy field, and begin to clear and dissolve all negative thoughts, words, and overwhelming feelings, memories, and images of confusion and chaos. In order to bring back feelings of balance and clarity, do the clarity process again. So again, we're going to do frustration, because frustration is one of the most common emotions. It has an element of impatience, struggle, suffering, and irritation. Often people become frustrated when things aren't flowing their way, when they feel a situation should be different than it is, or when they have to wait for something to happen. Long-term frustration becomes aggression, irritation, inflammation, and attack. In the positive role, frustration may be the driving force you need to change the way you are living your life. So frustration actually can be a gift. It can be one of those gifts in the garbage. It can be something that is a catalyst for you making the shifts and changes in your life. Physically, frustration can contribute to problems with the eyes. So if you're having issues with your eyes, and that's something I just thought about. So I'm so glad I'm doing this healing, because I'm helping to heal myself too, because I was having some problems with my eyes. I'm actually going to the eye doctor next week for that. You can have problems with your feet, including athlete's feet, gallbladder, large intestine issues, sinuses, skin conditions, nodules, celiac disease, and sleep apnea. So these are some of the conditions that you can be affected by having this frustration. All right, so place your hands on the part of the body where you feel frustration or irritation most intensely. Breathe into the area for a few moments while allowing any emotions to rise to the surface with little resistance. And so place your hands there. So for me, I put my hands on my stomach and I'm breathing into it. Shifting that energy. So say with me, divine healing intelligence. Using the orange-red flame of light, please move through every part of the body, mind, dissolving all feelings, thoughts, and patterns of frustration, irritation, and aggravation. Please sweep away all impatience, struggle, and suffering that resides in any consciousness. Allow me to turn my frustration into inspiration and enthusiastic action. Help to steer me in the direction where my action will become actualized so that I can experience satisfaction with my accomplishments. Thank you. Repeat the word clear several times until you feel lighter. So say clear, 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 clear. And you should feel that release as you do this. As you say clear, you should feel that release to where you begin to feel lighter. And then observe the orange-red flame moving through your body, mind, emotions, and energy field. And begin to clear and dissolve all negative thoughts, words, feelings, memories, and images of frustration, irritation, and aggravation. Downloading the feelings of, I know what it feels like to be satisfied. I know what it feels like to be inspired. I know what it feels like to live my life without frustration. I know what it feels like to be happy. I know what it feels like to trust myself. I know what it feels like to live in my body. It is done. It is done. It is done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All righty. Oh, we want to do a process to release grief. I forgot about that. Sadness, because that is huge right now. And so every time I can speak on it, every time I can offer a healing for that, I do. Because grief, people often feel sad when they feel that they have lost something. Whether it's a person, an animal, your wallet, your home, your job, you feel grief. And I can speak to that because Only one time in my life have I been fired. And yeah, yep, me, I was fired. Once in my life. Quit many jobs, have worked lots of jobs, but one time in my life I was fired. And that that put a process of grief for me because I just couldn't believe that I was fired. And the thing is, I wasn't fired for my work, because my work ethic has always been stellar. But I wasn't fired for my work. I was fired because people didn't like me. And the official reason they gave for firing me was that I did not fit in with the culture. So now you can take that how you want to because it was in Arizona. So that, I was in Scottsdale, Arizona. So a lot of people there don't look like me. So you can take it like that. I took it like I had a manager that didn't really like me. I didn't really care for her either. And, it was okay. She had this, I don't know, like somebody should kiss her ass type of mentality. And I wasn't raised that way. My mama didn't raise me to kiss nobody's ass. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. So I got fired. So that sent me down a process of grief because, for one thing, I was in the middle of that dark night of the soul where I was awakening to all things of God, the bigness of God, the hugeness of God. And so I was in this place. And then I got fired from that job, which when I look back on it now, the energy of the job wasn't good. I didn't like the job anyway. I just was working because they paid me and she paid pretty good. And so I was working it and I actually should have started looking for another job. I had, guidance from my spirit team that I should be looking for another job, but I didn't look fast enough. I should have been looking more intensely, but I didn't look fast enough. So I got fired. So, but that sent me down a rabbit hole of grief, and it affected me for probably a few months. And until I started, using these tools and doing these processes that I'm doing with you and sharing with you today, because it was so big for me because it was like rejection, even though I knew the reason why, like I said, and it wasn't my work because my patients love me. They love me. They actually asked about me when I left, which was crazy because I had a friend. She was like, "You remember so and so? She was asking about you." And I told her, I said, "Did you tell her that people fired me?" She said, "I did." I said, "Good." So the lady was all upset because, the people fired me and I was one of the best that they had at that time. So, long story long, it sent me down a rabbit hole of grief. And so I learned some things on how to move through that because, it was crazy time in my life, and I really didn't need to be fired at that time. I had a car note that was astronomical and and I didn't know how I was going to pay it. It was just crazy. But, as with all things, that if you continue to keep moving forward, you will get through that. So y'all tap that screen on TikTok. Give me some likes and some hearts and some love and all that. And how you doing? Good to see you if you're still on here. Many people experience this sadness, from a loss of a loved one, a job, an opportunity, their youth, or a marital breakdown. Those are like the big ones. Moving to a different country and leaving loved ones. And here it could be moving to a different state, like I did. I moved clear across the country to a different state that I had never lived in. I only been through once, and I was 9 years old when I did. So it could cause feelings of grief, not belonging, isolation, loss of identity. And I know a lot of people are dealing with this in this COVID time, in that COVID time where we were going through, where people weren't able to see people and, they were isolated, especially when they lived alone. It's really difficult for them. So sadness and grief, must be recognized and expressed in order to heal it. Loss can be extremely difficult. I'm not negating that. Each person deals with it differently. So, you might deal with it, you might cry, somebody might get angry, there are all kind of different ways. Sadness and grief and loss can lead to, these are health conditions it can lead to. Sinusitis, pneumonia, frozen shoulder. I'm laughing because I had that last year, about last June. And it was, the most painful experience I have ever experienced in my life was that frozen shoulder. Kidney problems, ovarian cysts, muscular dystrophy, Parkinson's disease, memory loss, lower back pain, carpal tunnel syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome, hemorrhoids, heart problems, anemia, and many other conditions. So if you're dealing with some of these things, it could be that you're experiencing this deep sadness and this grief. So right now I'm going to do this process to help you to release the grief. So right now I want you to place your hands on the part of the body where you feel sadness most intensely. So like I said, many places that people feel it is in their heart. Some people feel it in their head. Some people feel it in their throat. Some people feel it in their solar plexus. And so all of these things get impacted with this grief that you are carrying and feeling in these places. So you want to place your hand on that part of the body where you feel it. And then I want you to breathe into it for a few moments. We're going to take a few deep breaths. So if you put it on your heart, on your stomach, on your head, or wherever, I want you to breathe into it. And then blow it out. Breathe into it again. And blow it out. And then I want you to relax your hands. Take a deep breath for me. And blow it out. And then I want you to say, divine healing intelligence. Using the orange-red flame of purification, please help me heal all sadness, grief, and loss. Help me to release all blame, which is one of the lowest vibrations, self-pity, confusion, and unhappiness I am carrying. Please dissolve the intense ache, longing, and depression I am feeling. Allow me to gain insight into the hidden blessings of my sadness and grief and to grow wiser and stronger. Thank you. And then repeat the word clear, 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 until you feel lighter. Observe the orange-red flame moving through your body, mind, emotions, and energy field, and begin to clear and dissolve all negative thoughts, words, feelings, memories, and images of sadness, grief, blame, and self-pity to bring. And then right now I'm going to download some feelings. Creator of all there is, thank you for downloading the feelings of, I know what it feels like to be happy. I know what it feels like to be fulfilled. I know what it feels like to be loved. I know what it feels like to trust. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so excited. Thank you, Sean, for joining me. If you weren't on earlier, you want to go back and watch the replays on Facebook and YouTube on my channel as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate all of you for joining me today in this amazing, amazing, amazing healing. So I would love to see if, what you got out of it. If it moved you, on TikTok, you can send me a message. On Facebook and YouTube, you can comment or send a message, whatever you want to do. But I would love to know, how this felt for you. But again, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of this. And if you are interested in my 4-week program, Journey to Radical Acceptance, and it's for men and women. So I love to work with women, but I know that some men could use this as well. So if you're a man and you're interested in my 4-week program, it is 4 weeks of one-to-one sessions with me. And I bring my energy and I connect with your guides. I help you to establish who it is that you are, because many of my clients come to me and they are going through an up leveling. They're going through a spiritual awakening. They don't always understand what is going on. And so I love to help to guide them to this place, where they discover who they are and help them to co-create this particular healing for themselves. Because I am here as a guide, to help you to shine the light on what it is that you need to transform and shift in your life. And I help you to shift that energy and those shift out of those low vibration places of like blame and self-pity and worry and fear and all of those things that are low vibrational. And so I'm going to continue to keep doing these healings because I know that they're needed. I know people need them. I'm going to continue to keep doing these healings. But if you would like your own personal one-to-one sessions, so this program that I'm doing is the first time that I'm doing it, and it's in the beta right now. So right now it is the lowest price it's going to ever be because after this, I've already been guided to increase the price. But right now it is $222 for 4 weeks of deep healing, 4 weeks of deep healing and connection, 4 weeks. And so it's not a group program. So you're not going to be, getting lost. You're not going to get lost. It's just us, and you have access to me on text or messenger or email, you have access. So that is one of the things that I am so super excited about. Journey to Radical Acceptance. It is such an amazing time. The feedback that I've gotten so far about that program is wow. Wow. That's what I'm going to say. Wow. That is the feedback that I've gotten. And so I'm super, super grateful for that. And also, I'm still working on putting together this community. And I'm working on it because there have been some different things that have come up for me as far as, how I want it to be done and what kind of community I want it to be, So I'm putting one together for sisters, definitely sisters across borders, because I envision it as a global collective from people all over the world, all over the planet that join us, and we do more of this kind of thing, what we just did, healing on a deeper level. And then the ladies that are in there, I want to be able to offer them something so that every month I'll draw a name from the people that are there so that they can get a one-to-one session with me. So that is what I'm looking at. And so I'll put it together by this month because I want it to be up and running by this month because I know that people are needing this. We have been so separated and so stressed, and we've had so much sadness and so much loss and so much grief, that it's time. It's time. It's time. And my vision for it is I'd love to have people that, come through and do different trainings and, hold different sessions and things like that in it so that you can get value beyond what you pay for, because I knew for me, I personally, I know I overgive because I want you to get value, but, I don't want it to be overwhelming either. And so that is the lens that I'm doing this through. And that's the same lens that I do my 4-week program, Journey to Radical Acceptance, because I want you to get value from it, but I don't want you to be overwhelmed because I've been in programs where there was a lot of value, but it was overwhelming. It was just too much because, I know that people are not just doing that. They're doing life. People are doing life, they're doing businesses. And what I'm noticing too is that I work with a lot of healers, a lot of people that are called to healing. So if you're called to healing and you are resonating with the things that I'm saying and the words that are coming out of my mouth, and you're resonating with my energy and you would like to come and, join me and jump in this program, because like I said, it's not going to ever, ever, ever be this affordable. It's just not because it's not sustainable to do that on a long-term basis because of the transformation that you're going to get in this program, because the transformation is just huge, and that to me is worth every single penny. because honestly, I have paid way more than that for programs that I have got transformation for. And yeah, so but I'm amazed, and I love this work so much. I love this work so much. So super excited. So anyway, I'm going to get off this live because I've been on here for almost an hour and I have some other things I need to get done. But thank you so much for joining us. I was saying it like I was doing my podcast. Thank you for joining us, me and my spirit team at this time. And like I said, if you want to reach out, if there's something that I can help you with, because I have that 4-week program, but I also have a 90-minute spirit upliftful session as well. And I also have just a regular healing session. And honestly, y'all, the program is actually cheaper than my regular healing sessions. So go figure. That's what spirit told me to do. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah. So because my regular healing sessions are $225 for 60 minutes. But don't let any of that stuff deter you. If you are resonating with what I'm saying and you feel like I'm a person that could help you, then reach out because I also have a lot of free resources too, because I have on my YouTube channel, there are so many videos and so many shorts. I talk about healing, and that's my jam. I talk about it all the time. There's so many things on that channel. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, jump in there and subscribe. If you're on TikTok, make sure that you go into the link in my bio is my YouTube channel. So go on there and make sure that you subscribe. And if you want to rewatch this, like if you missed some of the healing, you want to get some of that, go on the YouTube channel because it's there. Because I'm actually on YouTube and Facebook right now as I'm on TikTok. So again, thank you so much for joining me. And I absolutely just love doing this. I think it's just the most amazing thing. But so I hope that everything is amazing for you and that you're having a magical day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Because people have been having happy birthdays today. So if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. And so you would be an Aquarius, right? So again, thank you so much for joining. Hope that your day is magical. And I usually don't come on live on Wednesday, but I missed yesterday because I was busy. I had stuff that came up I had to do. We had doctor's appointments, different things. So I missed yesterday and Spirit was like, come on today. So here I am. So I'll be back on live tomorrow as well. Same place, same bat time, same bat station. I'm dating myself, I know. But thank you so much for joining. For those of you on YouTube, make sure that while you're watching, just go ahead and hit that button and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that button and hit the bell so that you can get notified when I bring more amazing content such as this. And if you are wanting to come on my show, because I have a show, Straight Outta Savannah, I would love to have more interesting guests. I interview people who are changing the planet. My viewership is mostly women between the ages of, I think, 25 to 60 or something like that is what it said in my analytics. So if you are doing something, especially something that helps women, that would be amazing. I would love it if you would come on, but I'm interested in interviewing all kinds of people that are changing the planet. And if you've watched my show, you've seen I've interviewed people. I interviewed a couple of 𝐻𝐿 seasoning. They have an amazing seasoning that they've created. I interviewed them. They're in Texas, I think, in Mississippi. But I interviewed them. I interviewed a young lady that's a braider, and that was an amazing interview as well. I interviewed a young lady that does lashes. She's such a sweet spirit. And so I interview people that are changing the planet, that have a gift and a vision to change the planet. So if that's you, reach out to me and I'll drop you the link to come on my show because I'm always looking for interesting guests. So again, thank you for joining me. I hope that your day is magical. I will be back on again tomorrow. Hey, Sugar Lump, thank you for joining. That's my sister. So again, thank y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now. Dr. Marnie, thank you for joining me. I didn't even see you down there. Yes, ma'am. That's amazing. thing, because, you know, those things can cause us to really, really, really be sick. All right.